it takes the mindfulness of recognizing, wait, I'm having this thought that's an incorrect thought. I need to remind myself. And for me, it's just telling, I just have to, like, I have a trial coming up in a week and a half. And I just have to remind myself that jurors are good people.
Yep.
They want to do the right thing. And
I
helping my client do the right thing.
I had an attorney come out and work with me, and we did the model right before we started. And I said, what is in your T line now? And he said that the jurors are going to kill my case. And I said, let's pick something else. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, you can pick whatever you want. This is fantasy land. What do you prefer to believe and think? And he said, the jurors love me. And I said, great, that's what we're going to think this whole weekend. And he took that all the way in his trial. He would text me every day up until trial. Jurors love me. Sorry, the jurors love me. The jurors love me. I mean, that became his mantra. He walked into trial on a really hard case, and $10 million verdict later, jurors loved him because he decided in that room that you've been in many times, Michael, the jurors love me. And he created that reality. And people might be listening to this and go, well, this is bullshit. It's not. Here's why. And I'm not a woo-woo person at all. Whatever you think about, you create, because it comes out in your nonverbal communication, and that communicates to the people around you, and then they respond based on what they're seeing. So this is actual scientifically based communication science here. What you think, everything you do and all your behaviors come first from how you think, because your thinking creates your emotions, and your emotions create your behavior. So if you want to fix your behavior, and more importantly, your results, it all starts with your thinking. You get to decide what to think. And, it's funny because you had said to me once, Michael, in a coaching session, you told me to journal, Sari. What does that mean? What it actually just literally means is write down your thoughts. It's a great way to see the bullshit thoughts in your head, because I think half the time we don't even recognize that they're there. So every morning I do a little thing called morning pages, where for 3 pages, longhand, I just empty my brain on the page. And it could just be the most bullshit, stupid stuff. And it's a way for me to go, oh, that was weird that all that was in there. And I just clear it out, and then I move along my day. So that could also be really helpful. First way of changing your thoughts is recognizing what they are, the bullshit things you're thinking.
Another thing I noticed you doing with us yesterday is you kept asking us what the case was worth. Because we have a number we're asking for, and but somehow repeating it makes us believe it more.
Yeah, that's right. I had, it's funny how you came in and then you left with 10 million more ask. That happens a lot in my office. But I think about the $100 million dram shop case that I worked this last summer, and where 3 cyclists, 2 were killed and 1 was seriously injured. And the ask was $100 million. And I said, I was out there for a week, and I said, we are going to say the word $100 million all day long, every day, until it just becomes so easy to roll off at the tip of our tongue. And so, we'd walk in and I'd be like, you look like $100 million today. Oh my God, it's like 100 million degrees outside. I mean, we just kept saying 100 million so that word was in our mouth and in our tissues, so that by the time we got in front of the jury, the 3 times we did that week, it was just normal. Because again, the jury takes their cues from you. If you come out there and you ask for 100 million and you're just like $100 million, they're gonna be like, oh, it's not worth 100 million. But if you come out and you're like, this case is worth $100 million, in that case, we're in very conservative Texas. That we said 100 million in voir dire. Half the jurors almost fell out of their chair. And by the time we were done with voir dire and opening, nearly every juror, I'm not making this up, these 3 attorneys will back me up, nearly every juror and all 3 mock jurors from Craigslist in Midland, Texas said, can we give more? They didn't think it was enough. So it's huge. You have to own your number, and then the jurors will own it too.